Bay County drivers are doing this right here. That's not very bright. That's what you're not supposed to do. Do not drive through the barricades or go through the water. The sign says it road closed, so you're not supposed to be going through it. Just don't do it. Vehicles were taking chances on State Street Road north of Wilder Road. And we want to begin tonight with breaking news out of Flint. Police are searching for a missing 10-year-old girl. NBC 25's Amanda Chodnicki has been on top of this story. And Amanda, I understand you just talked to her mom. What can you tell us? Family is grieving after a man wasn't able to make it out of a burning home in Richfield Township. 2 others were also hurt. The fire happened at a home on Irish and East Mount Morris Roads in Genesee County. NBC 25's Amanda Chodnicki joins us live from the scene. Amanda, this just had to be difficult for everyone out there. A lot of people, they want the snow. Some people do. Some of you watching, you want snow, right? Some don't, but
it's December.
Yeah, exactly.
What I hear the most is they love.
Not happy. Powerball ticket, nothing at all. One number. Spend $10 on that.
Good news is we get to keep anchoring with you.
There we go. Tigers weren't any good news tonight. We'll get to that later, probably.
They weren't.
You had contaminated water coming from your tap at home. Should you have to pay for it?
Again, that's one of the questions that we'll be reviewing.
No, the question is, should you be paying for contaminated water if it came out of your tap?
We're addressing the immediate issue now, which is making sure people have water filters and other resources.
You're not answering my question, sir.
I'm answering your question.
You talk, but you don't talk about the plans. Is there a specific plan?
Yeah, well, politicians talk, they don't talk. I do have a plan. We're bringing our jobs back. You look at all the empty factories, all the empty warehouses you have all over this area.
Is there an exact plan how to do that?
Sure. I mean, but basically we have to...
A lot of damage here. I want to walk you through what we see. This right here seems to be something that was on the roof, maybe an air conditioning cover right here. It is huge, it is heavy, and it came tumbling down. And we are back at Flint Bishop Airport. The FBI has confirmed this is a terror investigation. They're saying that the suspect stabbed an officer this morning. Let's take a look at some video from a helicopter, a news helicopter from the air. This is what it looked like shortly after all of this happened. Investigators are saying this is cut and dry. This was a terror attack. Take a look at this. This is a live look in Orion Township where a massive fire is burning. Our crew just got on scene. We'll have a live report coming up in just minutes. Stay with us. Within the last few minutes, we're actually getting new information from sources close to law enforcement. They are telling us, and I'm going to look at this literally just coming in, that the suspect in this case, he came to the United States in mid-June. A bombshell dropped today in the Russian investigation. Former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn has pleaded guilty to lying to the FBI. This makes Flynn the first Trump White House official to face criminal charges. Flynn pleaded guilty to a single count of lying to the FBI in a January interview. This comes just 2 days after being sworn in as President Trump's national security advisor. Bill, these lawmakers were not happy. They compared today's hearings to a bunch of 5th graders standing around in a classroom blaming each other. The hearings got very heated from the very beginning. Isn't that peaceful right there? Take a look. Well, students at Central Michigan University are investigating how meditation, yes, meditation, could impact perceived personal space. Remember back in college, whiteboards like this one right here, you hang on your dorm room door. Well, got this one from our sports department. You could leave notes and a lot of stuff on these. Well, starting next fall, Michigan State University will not be allowing the whiteboards on doors because of bullying. The board is commonly used for friendly messages, but recently they have been used for bullying and racial slurs.
NBC 25 News at 6 starts right now.
Coming off I-69 towards Bristol Road, and I saw a flash of light.
The U.S. Geological Survey says a meteor that caused a small earthquake last night had an epicenter north of Chelsea, somewhere between Ann Arbor and East Lansing. It's the story everyone continues to talk about. Scientists also refer to it as a bolide, which is a meteor that breaks up in the atmosphere.
Yeah, many of them saw this streaking across the sky in southeastern Michigan, not just our area, all over, and it created quite a buzz on social media. NBC 25's Joel Fike has been looking into it more for us today. And Joel, here he is now. Hey, Joel.
A man has died after the utility vehicle he was riding went through the ice on Sanford Lake in Midland County. The 57-year-old was pulled from the water last night by the Edenville Township Fire Department and who was pronounced dead at a local hospital. His name has not been released at this time. A Saginaw man is dead after a snowmobile crash in the Upper Peninsula. The 51-year-old missed a curve and hit a tree while snowmobiling in Chippewa County just after noon yesterday. He was taken to a hospital where he was pronounced dead. His name has also not been released.
The woman who was bad.
We are learning new information tonight on the murder-suicide in Ionia County that left 2 people dead and a Midland High School student in the hospital. Police say Amity Dewey flagged down cars, honked the car horn, and did whatever she could to get help after being shot. Police say her stepdad, David Summers, shot her mother, Lisa Summers, before turning the gun on himself. All of this happened earlier this month after Dewey and her mother returned from a vacation in Florida. David had just picked up the 2 at the airport in Grand Rapids. Amity telling police her mom and stepdad were arguing just before the shooting. Dewey remains hospitalized after being shot in the face. After being called cowards, MSU leaders were in court today. This as more powerful testimony continued from sexual abuse victims of former gymnastics doctor Larry Nassar.
Many of those victims chose to remain anonymous until today, changing their minds after being inspired by hearing other victims speak out. NBC 25's Jasmine Durham has more now for us from Lansing.
With the Winter Olympics soon to begin in South Korea, all eyes are on the one question U.S. Ambassador Nikki Haley recently posed on national television. How do we protect U.S. citizens in South Korea for these games?
Yeah, Sinclair's Olympics reporter Reed Cohen looking at who will be in South Korea during these very tense times. Reed?
So how do the North American International Auto Show continues in Detroit?
Coming up next on NBC 25 News at 6, Drew Moore has a look into the future.
I had a lot of people asking, will they be able to see the meteor tonight somewhere? Everyone's excited. They want to see it again.
Put it this way, the skies will be clear. So if there's anything going on up there, you'll be able to see it.
Well, no snow. That's a good thing.
That's as much as I can tell you.
Yeah.
Temperatures for tomorrow, the feel-like temperatures, I should clarify that, will be a little breezy, but at least these feel-like temperatures are climbing along with our air temperatures. Maybe a few flurries north of the Tri-Cities tomorrow evening. Again, just flurries. And keeping a close eye on what's coming up for Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Could be a wintry mess.
Oh, no.
We have lots of video of the meteor from last night, too,
yeah.
on our website. So you can check it out there.
Yeah, you don't have to stay out in the cold. Just watch it online. Yeah. Have a good night, everyone.
NBC 25 News at 11 starts right now.
The weather is about to get wild. Are you ready for it? You are taking a live look at Flint through our Skynet cam, where it is still very much warm out there.
But it's going to get quite a bit colder out there, meaning possible dangerous road conditions. Basically, the morning commute Friday morning is going to be rough, right, Jamie?
It looks like the combination of rain, freezing rain, snow is just going to make for a nightmare for people out there.
What is going on?
It is a wicked winter we're having here in mid-Michigan. We'll take a look first of all, storm ready weather forecast.
See you in a little bit, Jamie, and we have a non-weather related school closing to pass along to you. Potter Elementary in the city of Flint will be closed Friday due to a water main break. If there happens to be other school delays or closings, we will have them on our app or our website, NBC25news.com.
Many ice fishermen are finding themselves literally on thin ice as a result of the warmer weather we've been seeing. Last night, actually, 4 ice fishermen were rescued in Bay County alone. As
NBC 25's Amanda Chodnicki tells us, a number of local heroes with airboats jumped into action to help first responders save lives. It's been a little more than 2 months since a man went on a shooting rampage, killing 26 people at a Texas church. Since then, safety in places of worship is a big concern. Flint Township Police hosted a seminar tonight to help promote safety in places of worship. The two-hour seminar was held today in the police department's community room, and it focused on what to do in emergency situations and how to stay safe. Another seminar, if you are interested, will be held on January 25th from 6 to 8 p.m.
A tow truck driver was killed while on duty last night in Saginaw County. Police say he was hit by someone who they believe had been drinking.
Now the employer is hoping the tragedy will be a learning experience for drivers to pay attention to the roads and whoever may be on them. NBC 25's Kyla Peoples is in studio now with more on this story. Kyla. Families Against Narcotics, or FAN, held its first meeting of the year today at Delta College. Judge Linda Davis was today's guest speaker at that meeting. Davis is founder and president of FAN and also started the Hope Not Handcuffs program. The program has helped 800 people seek treatment since last February.
It's a very complex issue, and it'd be well either. There was hope.
The Great Lakes Bay Region FAN chapters meetings are held on the second Thursday of every month at Delta College. And the countdown continues. We are only 27 days away from the games. Competition begins February 8th and runs through the 25th. You can watch it all right here on NBC 25, your home for the 2018 Winter Olympics.
Now, your certified
3-year-old Landon was sitting next to his twin sister in his mom's car Friday night when he was shot in Flint. His mom devastated. His stepdad telling me why it was him who was supposed to take that bullet. Both mom and stepdad asking we hide their identity out of fear for their own safety.
I want him to rot in hell. I want him to rot in that prison cell.
That's the message that Landon's mom has for the person who shot her son Friday night here on North Dort Highway and Carpenter Road. She says it all started minutes earlier when her fiance was at a store.
When I entered the store, him and a couple more other guys was coming out the store. There was some things said, but I wasn't paying attention.
The stepdad recognized the man as someone who he has had problems with in the past. He tells me no words were exchanged. The stepdad got into his car and drove away with the family. It's then when the shots were fired.
I heard the bullet and I looked back and I'm like, they got my baby. They shot my baby. And I jumped back there and grabbed him and pulled him up to me and told him to speed off and get to that hospital as fast as you could.
Landon's stepdad says the man who fired the shots should have done the right thing and confronted him at the store instead of randomly firing into the car.
I gave you all the opportunity to just do harm to me only.
I cared.
And you didn't.
Whatever.
And you didn't. You waited till I got in the vehicle with my family.
Little Landon died the next day, the same day police made an arrest. Landon's mom and stepdad want him to be remembered as a little boy who was filled with energy.
Ask him why. Why would you shoot? You know? Why would you take the coward way out? Why not just take it one-on-one with the person instead of involving so many others?
Well, the name of the man who police say shot Landon has not yet been released. We are expected to learn a lot more at the arraignment, which is expected to happen tomorrow. So stay with Fox 66 on air and online for updates on this devastating case. Dave Bondy, Fox 66 News. Well, this is the house right back here on Vermilion Avenue. You can see it's boarded up right now. And the vigil in front of the house continues to grow. The makeshift memorial they have. You can see there's balloons, they have candles, teddy bears, and even pictures of those who lost their lives. Today, we're learning something even more heartbreaking. Prosecutors are telling us that the mother actually used a padlock to lock one of the doors. Little 4-year-old Caden was inside. He had no chance, prosecutors say.
This is an instance where two individuals who were using drugs thought of nothing else but the drugs and where am I going to get my next high? And as a result of that, 3 kids are dead.
You can hear the anger in Genesee County Prosecutor David Layton's voice. He says 40-year-old Rodney King from Burton and 39-year-old Erica Starkey from Flint are responsible for the deaths of 4-year-old Caden Hall, 13-year-old Anya Starkey, and 14-year-old Brianna Bishaw, who was just staying the night.
She went off to buy more drugs. We think he gave her the money to do so. She never came back. He got upset, started the couch on fire.
Layton says little Caden never had a chance. He said his mom used this padlock to lock him in a room.
There's also evidence that the child, in fact, did try to get out of that room and could not do so.
We also learned that the state had previously investigated the living conditions of the children in this home, but nothing was done. Layton told reporters this case has been difficult on everyone.
You've got 200 years of law enforcement experience standing up here probably. It's never easy for us. It's tough. When kids die, it's tough on all of us.
And we also learned today that one of the children inside that home were able to make a call to 911. Obviously, it did not help. They didn't make it. Now, the prosecutor, Layton, tells us that if these two are convicted, they could spend the rest of their life in prison.
Get off me.
I came in here, read her a book, brushed her teeth, put her to bed.
For Ryan Bauman, November 14th of last year was like every other night. He put his daughter Zella to sleep and headed to his bedroom. It's then when everything changed.
And I heard bang, bang, and I started hearing bang, 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 like it going back and forth. And then I swore I heard something hit the house, and then I'm like, that's not fireworks.
It wasn't fireworks. A bullet went right through a window into Zella's dresser.
But her head was right here, and of course the window came, like the bullet came right through this window here.
That night outside Bauman's house, police find 2 gunshot victims and dozens of shell casings. They also find one of the guns allegedly used in the shooting. The shooter's long gone, but this gun and every other gun police recover has a story that can end with justice.
So when the firing pin hits the primer, that's going to set off a spark.
Kenneth Herr is a forensic specialist with the Michigan State Police. On this day, he shows us a different case and how the story of a firearm evolves. He works with ATF resident agent in charge Al Jakubowski on making mid-Michigan streets safe. The ATF, on average, takes 300 to 500 deadly weapons off the streets of mid-Michigan every year.
We have 10 agents and 3 task force officers. Work closely with the Michigan State Police as well as all of the other local departments within our area.
From the streets to the ATF's gun vault, weapons seized in crimes throughout our area, each one with a story, whether it be a murder or a drug deal. It's a story of violence.
We make sure that that firearm is traced because every firearm has information on it. It's the markings on it, the serial number, the model, the make. By doing a complete trace of that firearm, it'll lead us to the original purchaser.
Kenneth Herr over at the State Police Lab in Bridgeport then begins his effort to learn more about the history of the bullet or the shell casing. This is where the next chapter in the story unfolds.
Clear.
On this day, Kenneth is firing a gun into this tank of water at the State Police Lab in Bridgeport.
Keeps the integrity of the bullet. You can see the rifling. If it's not, not the fired cartridge case, you'll find the bullet, you'll find the gun, and you can work with either one of those to link one to the other.
A quick computer search and a match. Take a look. You can see the shell casing on the left of the screen matches up perfectly with the one on the right. It's at this point when the 2 casings can be linked to the same gun.
To be a part of the solution is definitely rewarding.
You'll get me orange juice.
Back in Saginaw, the Baumans hope their story will have a happy ending.
It is amazing how they could catch a bad guy just from one bullet. Maybe they'll think twice if they realize, hey, if I shoot at somebody and a cop finds a bullet, maybe I'll get caught.
Now, if you want to learn more about how the high-tech ATF bullet tracing computer works, just log on to our website, WSMH.com. I learned a lot in this story.
Fascinating story. Dave, it may not be able to quantify, but how often does the ATF work with local police on cases?
Well, I think people don't realize it, and I learned a lot because of this. They might be surprised. Agents are on the street in mid-Michigan every single day. Even though the ATF might not be the lead agency, if a weapon is involved, they're usually on the scene, and they can easily be called, so they are actively out there. Even though you, the public, you may not see them.
You don't see them.
Well, they are out there
All
helping.
right, Dave, thank you so much.